and welcome. In this video I'm going to talk a little bit about how Raptor's SEO tools can help with website technical audits or technical SEO audits. Now these are incredibly valuable processes or tools in your SEO arsenal. They help to identify any obstacles or problems that may be affecting the indexability of your website or web pages, which means essentially the ability for your web pages or website in general to appear within the search results. And they can also identify problems which can affect the organic visibility of your site, which refers to essentially how you rank for keywords, whether you're in a high or a low position. Because of these reasons, people do technical audits on sites fairly regularly. With Raptor, you can actually crawl your site with any frequency that you want. Typically, our clients and customers do this around once a week. And this means that you get a ongoing baseline recording of all of the problems, errors, and the general overview and SEO data that you would need for any technical audit on a regular basis. This enables you to easily compare data moving forwards with historical data to identify when problems may have crept in or started to occur. Now this is the dashboard for one of our websites, raptor-dmt.com. And you can navigate to different projects, sites, and crawl dates from within the head section here. And this is the dashboard page. This will just give you some top-level information about the crawl data, and some of the SEO components that people typically like to look at. So here you'll be able to see the number of URLs that have been crawled versus found, the number of sitemaps, the crawl duration, and so forth. At the bottom of this page we have a number of charts. These charts will give you a top-level picture of what the SEO is looking like on the site. We give it information such as the word count breakdown across pages so that you can identify pages with thin content, an overview of some of the indexation, non-indexable versus indexable URLs. We give a breakdown of what these are, whether it's because they're redirections, inaccessible, whether they contain specific tags or disallowed from the robots, for example. We also give an overview of some of the canonical issues that you may have across your site, such as canonical duplication or missing canonical tags, the number of canonical versus non-canonical pages. We give a breakdown of links such as broken versus working links, and some information about which links are follow versus no follow, and some of the load time information as well. So again, quite often we break these down into buckets. So for example, pages that load in less than 1 second or 1 to 2. On our site, everything loads in less than 1 second. So there's no data to the right of that. So this page will give you a top level overview of the SEO for your site. But if you want to see all of the errors that we've identified, you can navigate to the errors tab, which is under reporting. And so on this tab here, you'll see a breakdown of the errors by severity, informational typically being something that you'll need to review manually. And this will give you an idea of how many errors you've got on your site and how serious they are. The chart that's error count by category shows all of the errors by the different categories that we break these down into. So errors with Google Analytics code or internal linking, errors that are specific to canonical pages. And underneath this, you'll see a table which details all of these errors specifically. Now, underneath the expandable icon there, you'll also see some information about this particular check that will give you an indication of what it is and why we look at it. Each of these numbers here will indicate the data for the current crawl or the crawl that's selected. And the data here will show the data for the previous crawl, and this will show the difference between those two. All of this data can be drilled down into, so for example, if you want to see canonical pages with less than 4 follow links, you can click on that and you'll be taken through to a table where you get information about these pages, such as whether they're indexable and listed in the sitemap, and the number of no follow in links that they have. And you can export this data and obviously show more rows if there are more rows to show. From here, you can actually drill down into the specific page, and from here you'll get even more granular information about that page, which again can be useful when auditing a website. If you've identified pages with particular problems, you can drill down into them and see all of the information about that page, such as its file type and coding to see whether it's compressed, status codes, what the canonical URL is, and if that is a self-referential URL. We also provide a whole range of information, such as the images that are on that page with links to them, information about the page speed, whether that's fast or slow, information about URLs, the UA number of the tracking code, the details of social media tags, and so forth. So you can drill down really to the most granular level to understand the data from the crawl. Now you'll notice that all of these sections are broken down into categories, such as content errors, errors with the headers or Google Analytics, internal linking, metadata, non-canonical pages, non-indexable pages, inaccessible pages. We look at page speed, redirections, the robots.txt file, sitemaps, social media tags, and URLs. And under each of these sections, you'll see, again, the list of how many pages are affected, and you can drill down to those pages or export them. We also have the SEO Auditing section, which will give you a visual breakdown of that data. And so if we were to look at the headers, you'll see all of the issues that there are with headers identified here, whether we've got structural issues or empty headers. They're all kind of detailed here in relevant sections with charts to the right that show that data as a visual representation to make it easier to understand. All of these charts can be downloaded into a JPEG so that they can be easily imported into reports or presentations. We give explanations of what the checks are and what this information means under the info tabs. And there's typically an explanation at the top of the page which shows what we're looking at and why we're looking at it, and a link to resources on our website about each of these sections, where you'll find video and text content all over the site that shows what these components are, how they work, why you should optimize them, what the benefits of them being optimized are, and so forth, how to best utilize them, and so forth. Now, if you want to export this data, there's various options, and these are either default reports, such as a broken link report, an images report that will show you where all of the images are located on your site and what file types they are, whether they're next-gen formats, and so forth. And we also have an SEO report, which is essentially a bulk export of all of the data that you'll see throughout the software. Now, you can also make custom CSV files where you can select what data you'd like to include, or you can select all data and you can download that to CSV if you want the raw data itself. The files that we have available, such as the SEO reports, come formatted in an Excel format, so all of the data is tabbed, and from here you can pull out any data that you need, or include this with your reporting to clients or your boss, whoever you need to give this information to. The broken link report comes again delineated into tabs with 400 errors, 500 errors, and redirects that we found on the site. And the image report contains the image, the location of the image, the file type, the alt tag where the image is used, if it's listed in the sitemap, and the file name. Everything you've seen in this video is available in our free trial, and you can get a free trial by going to raptor-dmt.com and clicking on Start a Free Trial. This will enable you to sign up. All we require is a username, an email address, and a password. Verify the email, and you'll get access to all of the features you've seen in this video, plus much more. There's no credit card required. You get a 30-day trial and 5,000 URLs to use for free. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.